Hey, what's happening guys? I'm Turbo712 and welcome to another Spool Me Up. And today you join me from probably, in my opinion, what I think is probably the third or close second or third best looking car that Audi have produced. Number one on the list of the best cars that Audi have produced has to be the R8, without doubt. It looks sexy. And so number two on the list has to be the 1989 V8 Quattro, the 2.2 litre turbo one. I do like that car, it's a bit of an iconic car. But number three on the list, with close to number two, has to be this one. It's the Audi S5 and it's the 4.2 V8 and it sounds bellissimo. Oh, the way this thing purrs, it's just like a, it's like a lion who's happy with his pride. They're treating him well. So as I said, this is the 4.2 V8 S5 and it carries an FSI engine. So it produces 354 horsepower with 325 foot-pound of torque. And it carries it well, it does. And Audi say a 0 to 60 time of 4.9 seconds. So if we just switch over into sport, drop it down one. Oh yeah, 4.9 seconds is doable. But I've got to say the power delivery is very smooth. It's very smooth. Now the first thing that struck me when I got in this car was the interior. It's really classy actually, it's really nice. And these seats are quite comfortable. They seem like similar kind of style seats as to the RS3. The quality of leather is really nice as well. The whole build actually is spot on. So the looks on this thing is very nice. As I said, it's probably, in my eyes, it's the third best looking car that Audi have ever produced. In some way angles when you look at it, it looks a bit like a nightclub doorman who's had a really bad night. He just looks aggressive and he's got a big stance and he's saying, don't mess with me. And in the other angles when you look at it, it's just got some nice curves and nice shape, and it just looks really sleek, like a Victoria's Secrets model. Oh, it does. So one of the extras on this S5 features the Prestige pack, which has got push button start. It also has keyless entry, it's got satellite navigation, and also it's got a cracking Bang & Olufsen 500 watt system in here. It is the dogs. It sounds brilliant. So some of the mods that have been done on this car include a K&N filter, and he still has the original main cats in at the front, but he's had straight pipes put all the way through, and that's like and that is the main reason why. That's the main reason why it sounds like that. Oh gosh. Okay, we got a little bit of overtaking to do here. Let's see what it's like. So with this having the Quattro all-wheel drive system, it's usually a 60-40 split, but with the torque vectoring distribution, it's alternate the power from front to rear and also side to side on this one to like just eliminate understeer basically, which is what a lot of the Quattro cars do suffer from. We've also got the multimedia interface, or the MMI for those who are in the know, and it's the third generation to be installed in the Audis. And basically with that you've got your drive select mode, so you've got your comfort mode and you've got your dynamic mode. So when you're in dynamic mode, it basically stiffens the steering, stiffens the suspension, and you also get a better throttle response from it. But driving this thing through the twisties, you know, the car doesn't actually feel as big as what it looks. It feels quite agile actually. kilos as well, this car, and it actually feels quite agile for the size of the car and the weight of the car. I like the stance of this car as well. It's, as I said, it's like he's been working out. When you see it coming towards you in your rear view mirror, you're gonna want to move out of the way. One thing I will say, when you're going slow, the steering does feel a bit vague. There's not a lot of feedback, it's not telling you a lot, but when you actually speed up, oh man, it pops as well. When you actually speed up, the steering does seem to get a bit more responsive. Now, running costs on this thing aren't cheap, but you get what you pay for. It's in the highest tax band. It's going to cost you about 505 quid a year. Fuel wise, you're going to average on a run, if you're good, maybe 24, 25 to the gallon. But if you start putting your foot down and enjoying the sound of this car, which you have to, you're going to be hitting the low teens. But saying that, you know, I've personally owned 2-litre turbocharged cars, which give out the same kind of fuel consumption. So what would you prefer? Would you prefer like a whistling noise, pops and bangs, or would you prefer to hear this? Oh yeah, that sounds nice. So I would say, you know, if you're after a fresh alternative of a coupe car and you've got a few grand to spend, this has got to be a serious contender. It's different from your normal BMs and Mercs that are about, and it's solid as well. It feels really solid. It is a pleasure to drive, and as I said, the looks, yeah, it looks very nice. The only thing is, as I did say before, the running costs. You are going to be visiting petrol stations quite regularly, but hey, you get what you pay for. And to hear this, that's worth every gallon of petrol you put in, honestly.